Good morning, everybody. So I am back. I am Jaiser El Zakaris, and I'll be talking this time about the academic freeze. Now, this notion has been flooded in the social media before previous week because of the notion that no learners or no students should be left behind. But this is because of the pandemic and the trying time that we face brought by the COVID-19. So I'll be sharing to you why we should not allow academic freeze. Education is a human right. It has been enshrined in our 1987 Constitution, also a universal right of everybody. But of course, that universal right cannot supersede, cannot cannot go can it supersede with our right to life. So, but here it is, the education sector has been affected, very much affected, not just the education sector, but also other sectors. So here's this academic freeze, and the thoughts there is that why the some are actually demanding for the academic freeze this school year. You know, you know education takes place everywhere. So, in the absence of formal institution, learning will still continue. I remember the time of Socrates. He just taught students, the learners at Agora, at the public places under the trees. But of course, the learning they have or they had before was actually authentic. But no, this for in this advent or in this time of institutionalizing education, so it's very sad that we viewed learning something that is we are enrolled, something that no one should be left in. But I think that is not the very essence of learning. So I am not saying that we should have the academic freeze today, but I am saying that learning takes place everywhere, anywhere, whether you are currently enrolled or not. So the idea there is that whether we have the academic freeze or not, but if the genuine learning doesn't takes place, it would be useless. So we don't we pursue the school year 2020 to 2021, but it's not the learners who do the projects, who do the assignments, who do the answering of the modules. They just appear in their virtual classrooms, bringing them their appearance, not their substance or their mind. So it defeats the purpose of education. We have these modalities, we have these different modalities to cater our situation in this pandemic time. But of course the problem isn't actually in the modalities, because the government or the institution tried to deliver education in a what in a applicable based on the setup of every learners. So so academic freeze would be still useless, because the problem is not on the delivery, because students are because the delivery has been adjusted just to cater the best interest of the learners. But of course, some would say that it would be beneficial because no one should be left behind. No, no one should be left behind. Yes, it's essential part. It's a champion adage or aphorism of the Department of Education or in the education sector. But of course, you will always be left behind if you yourself is not doing the assignment. If you yourself is not doing what is in the module. If you are not attending your virtual classroom, your virtual classes. So it defeat the purpose. So you cannot just erase the argument of no one should be left behind by just saying that it's a the core justification for academic first, because learning, we are talking here of learning. It's because learning is the core tenet of education, the genuine learning. So you cannot just say that, I will be left behind because I wasn't enrolled. I will be left behind because we don't have the internet at home. No, we are not talking the education is only a formality, but the concern here is actually the genuine learning. How do you respond to education? And that it's, I believe Aristotle said that the neglect of education does harm to the constitution, and the legislator should direct their attention to the youth. So the legislator already directed their attention to the education of the youth, but of course it's the learners themselves who will respond to that concern, because whether the government will support us, our parents will support us, if it's the learners, if the learner who is not willing to 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 learn, so the very purpose of education will be defeated, because the core of education is actually genuine learning, and that makes us truly human being. That's all.